Father, thanks for embracing me as your son and for desiring the very best for me. Most folks come from Nigeria and arrive to the US and live with relatives for some time. And usually, they quarrel at the end of the day. Well, most folks didn't live with a selfless man like you. Most of them didn't have the opportunity to live with somebody who has the approach to life as you do. Thanks for teaching me by your example that helping people is not optional, it is required. Thank you, sir, for all the love over the years. Thank you. Auntie Fumi, Rasumbo, thank you. For taking care of you today for me when she was pregnant with Olugbemi and I was deployed to UAE. You ensured she got to every doctor's appointment and was present at every test required. You filled the gap created by my answering the call of duty. I cannot thank you enough. God bless you. I would also like to thank my sister that I never had. She's not here today because she's doing what she does best, taking care of everybody. I hope you're hearing me now as I speak about you. Other people may call you my sister-in-law, but I call you my sister. Mrs. Fanila Bashono. Thank you for accepting me. Well, we call her Big Mommy, or better yet, Iggy Mommy, like Olugbemi was calling her when he was a baby. Big Mommy, you have been simply unbelievable in your unwavering support beyond these service years we are celebrating today. You stood by us, rain or shine, through thick and thin. Your selflessness and devotion to the family is incomparable. On behalf of Yetunde and I, and the boys, we say thank you, ma'am. Dr. Olabi and Mommy Abigail Olabi, I cannot express my joy and happiness that you can join us today. All the way from North Carolina, and conducting the spiritual aspect of today's program. Thank you for embracing Yetunde and I as your children, and the boys as your grandchildren. You may never know how much you inspire us. We would like to be like you when we grow up. Kids out of the house, reliving our better days ahead of us. The anointing of God over your head, sir, will never run dry. God bless you. Pastor Akron, I see you in the crowd. You never cease to amaze me, sir. Texas is indeed a long way from here, but you defy time zone and distance. Thank you for your prayers, your mentorship, and your family love. Without a doubt, I know your attendance today is not without great sacrifice. You are appreciated and cherished. Thank you, God bless you, sir. The thank yous cannot stop without recognizing my House of Praise family, showing up in full force. I see you all, Brother Agbayi. Who else is out there? Sister Taya, Sister Bidebi, my brother from another mother, Ayola, Brother Agbayi, Brother Shegun family. I can't mention everybody, Dr. Joe, put item for me, I see you. I can't mention everybody's name, so if your name was not mentioned, it's nothing personal, I just can't go through it all. But I appreciate you all from the house of God, House of Praise. Thanks for being here. I can go on and on, but I'll just leave those few names mentioned. I just wanted you guys to know that I love you, and you are very appreciated. Thanks for your time. Pastor Ade, after I've forgotten that you're sitting right in front. Thanks for coming, sir. Pastor Jola, we appreciate you coming, sir. Thanks everybody for celebrating this special landmark with us this morning. Toby, Ife, Toby Singh. You guys are the reason why I get up out of bed in the morning. You give me joy, you make me proud. You may not hear it from me often, but let me tell you with everyone present this morning. Toby, Ife, and Toby Singh. You are the center of my life. And everything revolves around you, so you know. I know you guys are tired of hearing me talking about my upcoming retirement. But here we are, guys. It's finally here. Thanks for dealing with my absences, the missed birthdays, the missed practices, the games I couldn't take you to. My deployed days are over though. I promise to never miss those special moments going forward. Keep working hard, and I promise you the sky is the beginning of heights for you. Amen. I love you with every fiber of my being. Thank you, guys. To the love of my life, here today, I am forever indebted to you for putting up with everything the Navy has thrown at me over the last 20 years. You held down the fort. You stood the watch, and you kept the flag flying at your front. Isn't it funny that every time I leave out for deployment, everything around the house starts falling apart? The kids get sick. The water problems come rolling in. And car troubles. But it's amazing because you handled it all gracefully. Wearing various hats and just being excellent at it all. You are my love. You are my inspiration. And I never would have made it without you. Our best moments and days are very much still ahead of us. Yes. By God's mercy. Thank you. I love you. Most importantly this morning, I want to thank the Almighty God, without whom I will most certainly not be here before you standing. He is the Jehovah Nissi, our banner. He is the Jehovah Elohim, the creator of heaven and earth. He is Jehovah Adonai, our Lord, our creator, our master, and our owner. I owe everything to the Lord. He is truly, and I mean it, truly, a merciful God. How else can we explain that a boy who grew up in the slums of Mushin, Lagos, Nigeria, will be decorated United States Naval officer, discharged into retirement honorably? Talk about the stone that was neglected by the builder. That song must have been composed with me in mind. And I'm not going to dare to sing it. I only sing it in my bathroom, in the shower, but I'll read the lyrics to you because it's my song. Who am I that the Lord of all the earth will care to know my name, that he will care to feel my heart? Who am I that the bright and morning star will choose to light the way for my ever-wandering heart? It's not because of who I am. It is because of what he has done. It is not because of what I have done, but it is because of who he is. I am a flower, quickly fading, here today and gone tomorrow, a wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind. Still, you hear me when I'm calling. And you've told me who I am, Lord. I am yours. Yes, I am yours. Who am I? Who am I that the eyes that sees my sin will look on me still with love and watch me rise again? Who am I that the voice that calms the sea would call out through the rain? Not because would call out through the rain and calm the storm in me. Not because of who I am, but because of what you have done. It's not because of what I have done, but because of who you are. Again, I'm a flower, quickly fading, here today and gone tomorrow, a wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind. Still, you hear me when I'm calling. Lord, you catch me when I'm falling. And you've always, and you still are telling me that I am yours. Not because of who I am, but because of what you have done. It's not because of what I've done, but because of who you are. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? Because I know I'm yours. It can only be God, and I thank him for it all. None of the glory of my little successes can be offered to anyone else but him alone. Having said all of that, I suppose I got to get to the speech, right? All right, so many of you know I can be a bit talkative sometimes, but I promise you today I will not ramble for too long. To be honest, I hope I can make it through this speech without completely losing it. I have had the privilege of having a very fulfilling career. While I cannot say that I've done everything I wanted to do, I have done everything I have done is by my choice. I chose the path I took fully aware of the ramifications, and with my eyes wide open. While it would have been nice to make Lieutenant Commander, I'm very proud of my career. And if given the opportunity again, I would have made the same choices all over again. Over the course of the last 20 years, I have thrown my body, my mind, and sometimes, yes, even my soul, into the problems of the day. That's what someone was talking about earlier. I get passionate when it comes to my job. I love the Navy. My wife is a testament. But it's time to go. Somebody has got to take the mantle. These experiences have taught me a great many things, shaping me in ways that even now I haven't come to fully understand. So I'd like to share a few of them with you today. Some of the things will be a little vague for the civilians in our base, but I'm sure everybody in uniform can follow. It's difficult and very hard to describe what it's like to be assigned the food service officer billet just a couple of weeks before embarking on the deployment, with high-powered receptions at any gate, and I expected at every port of call, where my predecessor had no plan in place. How do you prepare to cater for foreign government officials and dignitaries spending the night aboard a frigate because they couldn't return ashore after reception was interrupted by dangerous storms? Well, on the frigate, we barely had enough rags. You will call them beds, even for the sailors. But we had to, on this one occasion, cater to dignitaries from foreign government. It's difficult to capture the feeling of being on the ship that's snapping mooring lines in an overseas port in the middle of the night as a dangerous storm rages. How do you explain the challenges of heading out of a deployment halfway? How do you explain the challenges of heading out to deployment with half your crew and a chief who wasn't happy to be there? He was set to retire, but the CO made him go. So he wasn't happy to be there. But how do you wrap your head around all of that? How can you capture the love and disappointment that you feel when you stumble off the plane tired and worn from an arduous deployment and see your darling wife waiting, radiant in her beauty and splendor? But your son, if that's you, but your son, who was sick for missing you when you left for deployment, but now he's not so much familiar with you. He was hiding behind his mom. He won't let you hold him. But how do you explain all of that? These moments and many more are what define the career of a military service. I'm not even going to begin to try to explain those feelings today. For those who have felt something like them, you already know everything that we've said, and we share that kinship of experiences. For those who haven't, there's no way I can convey it to them. Certainly not in the span of this speech. My command of English language is not even good enough to give me that opportunity. But instead, I'm going to tell the story of a few moments over the past 2 decades, probably not the ones you might think, and how they have influenced not only my career, but my life. Well, I'll start from the very beginning. I arrived in the United States and lived with my uncle, whose experience I taught him that joining the military may not always be the best career decision, especially for someone like me, who had completed an associate degree and on his way to complete his bachelor's even before leaving Nigeria. He, in good faith and with very best interest of mine in his heart, vigorously opposed my enlisting and succeeded in dissuading me from enlisting. He encouraged me to stay focused on completing my college program. Well, a few months went by, but my situation didn't improve. Working security job full-time, part-time newspaper delivery, and enrolled full-time in college, while supporting my family and parents overseas. Well, eventually, I decided to join, and told my uncle afterwards. You know he didn't appreciate that. And he made it known. In his experience, folks he grew up with, who found themselves in my shoes, took the same option as I did and joined the service. Well, they returned at the conclusion of their first enlistment to the same spot where they left off, working at Burger King, doing security job, with nothing to show for their military service. He apparently would rather me not follow those footsteps. Well, my aunt, who is here today as well, intervened. And after so much thought, we all realized the deal is done. My enlistment cannot be reversed. So of course, I left for boot camp. Fast forward real quick to my boot camp graduation. My uncle and his family and other family members drove from Brooklyn, New York, all the way to Chicago, Illinois, much like he has done today, to celebrate the milestone. I suppose he gave up and accepted my choice. I am here this morning to confess that my uncle's opposition to my joining the Navy was the driving force behind my success. I was determined never to allow any momentum, I told you so, and not to turn out like his friends who returned without nothing for the military service. So I went up to A school. When I came out on top of my class, I was selected for the Accelerated Advancement Program. My promotion from E3 to E6 came in rapid succession. And over about 7 years, I was a first-class petty officer. I was laser focused on my goals to finish my college degree and get a commission. I re-enrolled in college as soon as I get the opportunity in Maryland and earned my bachelor degree in computer networking. I was fortunate enough to be selected into the Officer Candidate School program on my second attempt. I was on my way to achieving my goal of becoming a naval officer. I reported to my first ship as commissioned officer and quickly got down to everyday shipboard life. I crossed paths with a few of the great U.S. Kaufman sailors that are present here today. Captain William, Captain Sipek, Captain Klasky, and a few other people that couldn't make it today. Being a prior enlisted, especially as a petty officer first class, afforded me the privilege of knowing, respected by the wardroom and the chief's mess, even as an ensign. Well, the commanding officer noticed the solid foundation my chiefs had laid in my enlisted days, and he had the perfect job for me. I will not use this forum to adjudicate how the decision was made for the CEO to call me in his cabin 2 weeks before deployment to essentially ask me to take my boss's job and be the food service officer, in addition to being the sales officer, as well as the disbursing officer. I was flattered. Despite the difficulties that lied ahead, I accepted the challenge, and I went straight to work. The wall-to-wall inventory was conducted as soon as we were out of the breakwaters. To discover a shortfall so great, in my opinion, should have resulted in the firing of the preceding officer. Well, I brought it to the CEO's attention, and soon my name became known throughout the chain of command outside the ship, as the ensign assigned to clean up the mess created by his boss. Again, the challenge, and I took it on with the best of my ability, and by God's grace, I succeeded. Deployment flew by and was filled with stories after stories of how challenges were subdued. Some so stressful, yet funny afterwards, that I have to share one with you today. We were in Dakar, Senegal. Well, before going into today, we were in Dakar, Senegal, and as the food service officer, we were looking for ketchup. The crew wanted ketchup, the things we take for granted. And everybody was on my tail that I got to get ketchup support. Can you believe that? In Dakar, Senegal. Dakar, Senegal, they don't use ketchup. But we got to get ketchup. Well, eventually we found a new grocery store that had mango-flavored ketchup. I thought I was cool. We got back on the way and we tried to solve this mango-flavored ketchup. Next 2 weeks, go to the next protocol, I heard back. Every time somebody does this, there's smart coming somewhere. But God be the glory, it's now what on the great. But let me get back to my speech so we can get out of here. So we were in Dakar, Senegal, hosted a small reception for the United States Embassy representatives and some senior military officials from the host country. The reception was arranged to be held in the wardroom, as small and compact as it was. Maybe the wardroom is about the size of that stage or a little bigger. But that's where we had a reception. The menu was generated, the CEO thumbs up on it, and the finest culinary specialist in the world prepared. Well, for dessert, I had my CS1, who has successfully at this point flew under the radar and eat his talent in making super delicious dessert before I took over the division. He was proud to make his signature inside-out caramel apple puffs. Made from scratch, his caramel pudding was made from scratch. Well, he made just enough to serve the members of the guests, with only about 3 extras. The product was the highlight of the event. However, the CEO at some point bragging to his guests about the dessert, saying it's the best in the world. Well, the CEO had some called for the dessert to be served, and I was alerted by my CS one day. He just realized he had lost the silver tip of the dispensing utensil used it to put the pudding into the pots. He can't find it. And I asked him, when did you lose it? Do you remember? He said, I don't know. It must be in one of the pots. My heart pumped so much blood through my brain and straight to my feet as my vein almost popped. You mean to tell me one of those dignitaries in there is going to take a bite at a silver melon tip at some point? I asked, trying not to scream. CS1 looked at me shaking. I went out, calmed myself down, and tried to stay composed so I can think. Well, eventually I decided to carefully probe the dessert with a little fun, hoping we will find it before destroying it all. But we started from the very last one, and at the nick of time we found it. We only destroyed the extra ones. So we already served the dessert and nothing happened. When it was all said and done, the day was still considered highly successful, but not without stress and anxiety. I've had the honor to serve with the greatest chief I know in my career. He's now retired Senior Chief Brian Butterworth. He cannot be here today because he lives in Mississippi. I was fortunate to have Chief Butterworth, who was in my infant days in the Navy, took me on his wings. He saw the great potentials in me, and he invested very heavily in me. He deposited tremendous amount of logistics knowledge in me as well. Navy needs strong chiefs to nurture young sailors and officers into strong chiefs and amazing officers someday. I'm convinced that there is no other way to secure the future of our Navy and the continuity of the various skills that the Navy needs to stay afloat. Leadership, in my opinion, cannot be taught in classrooms. It cannot be lectured or taught online. It doesn't come naturally. Nothing about what we do in the Navy comes naturally. It requires strong leaders to lead by example and set the standards. Chiefs, and I got a few of them in here. The future and the strength of the Navy is in your hand. So find the next LSSN Olugbemi. Take him under your wings and nurture him. And soon, very soon, he or she will make you proud. At this point, I like to pause for a minute because somebody very dear and near to my heart couldn't be here this morning. But I'd like to bring her into the ceremony. Toby, would you please try to bring Grandma, speak to her? And when you have her up, let me know. We did make some effort to project our picture by the projector, but we couldn't get it working. So we're going to go with what we can have. So finally, please indulge me for a few minutes after it's my retirement. I need everyone to please rise to your feet. Normally, I would have you focus on Grandma if she was sitting here, but she's not. So please focus on Grandma on the screen. And please, let's give her a big round of applause. You may please be seated. Grandma, if you can hear me, and I know you can, I want you to know that the enemy did not want you to see to this day. I know it's because you have been a pillar at the home front. When I couldn't be, you were there. When I was focused on my career, you were there, Grandma. When I was going out to sea, you stood by my family. And you raised all my 3 children. You supported my wife and I and the boys with all of your might, with all of your power, and with everything you have. The boys, here today and I, will forever be grateful for your support and love. I want you to know, Grandma, that for as long as God will spare your life, you will be cherished and you will be loved with everything, and I mean everything, that I have. Amen. God bless you, Grandma.
Amen.
Sorry I took so long, everybody. I didn't mean to go this far. But like the Apostle Paul said in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7 and 8, I have fought the good fight and I have finished the race. Yes. Indeed, I have kept the faith. Henceforth is laid up for me in heaven a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day. And not only to me, but also to all who have loved his appearing. Thanks everybody for sharing this day with me and my family. May God bless you. May he keep you. And may he cause his face to shine upon you. Thanks for coming.
Flag detail. Post.
The detail you see is prepared to present our national anthem to Lieutenant Olugbemi. The members include his shipmates from Coastal Riverine Group 2 and the USS Arleigh Burke DDG 51. Seaman, January 1998, RTC Great Lakes. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see. I stand for the peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. Storekeeper 3rd Class, September 1998, FFG 28. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am reverent. I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Antioch, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, and the scores of places long forgotten, but all accepted by those who were there with me. I was there. Storekeeper 2nd Class, August 1999, FFG 28. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. But my sailors and Marines cheered me, and I was proud. Storekeeper 1st Class, November 2004, NRC, Asheville, North Carolina. I was at the ground zero in New York City on September 11th, and cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by firefighters. Heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloody, will never be beaten. Those who would destroy me cannot win, for I am the symbol of freedom, of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ensign, June 2005, Officer Training Command. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country, and when it is by those who I have served with in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surely bounds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I I stand watch over the uncharted new frontier of the space. Lieutenant JG, 2007, FFG Coffin. I've been an silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I am torn in strips. Lieutenant, July 2007, Naya, Norfolk, Virginia. And they will be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle when I fly half-mast to honor my soldiers. And when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the gravesite of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave. Dear God, long may I wave. Flag detail. Post. Lieutenant Olu will now present his flag to his wonderful wife.
At this time, I would like to invite Lieutenant Chris Smith to the podium and Lieutenant Junior Grade McHugh to the stage to join Lieutenant Olugbemi for the reading of the watch.
For 20 years, this sailor has stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But he still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 20 years. He stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly and safety each and every night. Knowing that a sailor stood the watch, today we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, guided, and led. Lieutenant Olu, you stand relieved. We have the watch.
Sign, boys. Post.